Welcome to Speeches and Communications course. I am Manling, and my part of the course is talk about voice images. We all have voices, but not everyone has a voice. Even the baby doesn't have a voice. When the baby was born, a newborn baby, we say, "Oh, the cry is so loud." But we don't say, "Oh, the baby has a beautiful voice." We never say that. And when we go to a zoo, right, and we say, "Hey, the chimpanzee has a beautiful voice," have you ever heard of people describing animals have voices? Animals make sounds, right? But voice is uniquely human being. That's why voice has the implication of natural and social. Because we are higher human beings. So millions and billions years ago, we invented the language. So at the very beginning, after we human beings have languages, our voice has two functionings. One is to cry, to express your needs. "I'm hungry, I want to eat, Mom, I'm thirsty," as a baby. The baby is crying because, either he's very hot, hungry, or he wants some cuddling, right? This is what I call practicality, practical. Then if we say, "Oh, this little girl has a beautiful voice," this time it's not just expressing your needs, because there is aesthetic beauty in the voice we have. And as human beings, after we invented our languages, the voice we use is to communicate with the outside world. I think we have 5 senses, right? We smell, nose, we taste, we listen, and we see, and we feel. Tell me which one is the most effective and efficient tool for us as a living being to connect with the outside world. I think it is this voice, because you are expressing things. But then if you want people to know who you are and what you want, by touching, that's not enough, right? If you, somehow lose your hearing, you have lost your hearing, and it's more difficult to draw pictures because we're not using our language anymore. So that's why I'm talking about voice is uniquely ours as mankind, human beings. We all have voice. Everyone has a voice. But I'm talking about voice images. When we talk about images, people think about pictures. The images are for vision. But no, voices can create sound images. But I want to say that every human being, you and me, every life is a system of acoustics. How do you handle? How do you use your body to create beautiful images of sound? That's called voice. So this lesson of mine, maybe 5 segments, we're going to talk about the power of voice and the art of expression. Just remember, when we open our mouth, we leave people impressions. That's called identity, who you are, Whenever you open your mouth, you are giving away your genetic informations. You are leasing them out. And you're not aware of it. And you don't know what you have been giving away. Do you want to control it? Of course. Sometimes when we say, "She has a beautiful voice," that means the process the voice. Okay, go back to psychology maybe a little bit. Because psychology talk about 本我. the very self. I call it raw, without any processing, without any refining, and without any cultivation. But then we talk about the ego, 自我. This ego, that's you, right? It has self-consciousness. It has self-awareness. It's not the natural. So human beings' voices, and especially the images of voices, is both natural and social combined. And when we talk about, wow, what a beautiful concert, and what a beautiful poetic, a poem I heard she was reciting, that's a processed one. That's not the raw, but it's still natural one. Because this is our logo. Let me tell you a secret that I talk very differently from when I taught in university. You know why? Because teaching in a class, the environment is different. Much larger space and more people. So I need to adjust my instrument. I call my body as an instrument. You know why? Because we use what kind of materials and what kind of structures decide what sound we produce. When we play guitar, guitar is made of wood and then strings, and then its shape is different, the structure is different, right? So the sound is a guitar sound. But when we play piano, it's different, right? So when we talk about a beautiful voice, a beautiful sound, it's already include three very important parts. One is the timbre, or the color, or the tone of one's voice, or the sound. That's the basic. And in Chinese, we call it 音色. We call it 音色. Yeah, 它的音色真美啊. And 音色 means timbre, tone, or color of one's natural, raw voice, the sound you create with your instrument, your body build. We have a lot of cavities in our body. Peking opera singers use a lot of nasal resonance. We have head resonance. We have chest resonance. People say you need to practice deep breathing so that you can sing like a Pavarotti, And then oral resonance, 口腔共鸣, 4 parts, here, and mouth, and then your chest. So, a beautiful voice or a beautiful sound. One means you have a good timbre. Your oral muscles, everything, your body is is perfect, in good shape. And then we talk about pitch. High pitch, low pitch, and volume. A television staff would tell you, hey, turn up the volume a little bit because, I cannot hear you, right? Pitch means you can squeeze. That's high pitch. Low pitch, lower pitch. So the pitch and volume part are the easiest because it's almost technical. You can handle it, especially when we have robots, all the machines, technology backup. It's easy. But how do we get a good voice image? Maybe that's the raw part, the timbre part, 音色. We can work on it. So that's why we talk about voice image now. And next, we're going to talk about how important how important voice image is in our lives, to a nation, to a group of people, to one special race, to even a family. Even a country has a voice. All right, this is the first segment. And thank you for joining us.